I received a phone call from Chris, who plays Stan's grandmother in the film, to see if I'd be interested in taking part and getting involved with the film, Stan's childhood. And I thought it'd be a great opportunity for us, for us as a shop and also the town to get involved in celebrating his younger life while he lived here until he was 8 years old. I played my great grandfather, who used to serve Stan with Beer's treacle toffee that was made in the town. Little Stan got the bags of toffee weighed out on the scales that we have in the shop, that are the same scales that from when the shop opened in 1892. The shop, with a few modifications made to the shop to make it fit that period, although it very much lends itself with the Victorian counter and different things that are very old-fashioned. Obviously the town with the cobbled street, the street that we're on, were perfect for the setting, and it is the genuine setting, so it's the film captures the real thing.
What we want to do here is recreate the scene where Grandma and Stan are at Mr. Gillam's shop and Stan's receiving his famous Beer's treacle toffee. Okay, so I'm going to have the camera position here, the sound's in place. So you've got your treacle toffee, Mr. Gillam.
Yeah.
Okay, Stan. Yeah, you know what you're after. Okay, Grandma. Okay, I'll take film rolling.
BBC 1, shoot E, sound file 100, 760, take 1.
Now what else?
Oh, don't forget my Beer's treacle toffee, Grandma.
Oh yes, a quarter of Beer's treacle toffee, Mr. Gillam.
Certainly, Mr. Metcalf.
Thank you, Mr. Gillam.
Pleasure.
I think that's all. What do I owe you, Mr. Gillam?
That's 2 and 6 altogether, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Gillam. Okay. Goodbye, Mr. Gillam.
Goodbye, Mrs. Metcalf.
Say goodbye, Stan.
See ya.
Bye,
say
Stan.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, Stan.
Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. Gillam.
What's it to you? I should like to pass. Why don't you walk around? What, walk around? Me, Professor Theodore von Schwarzenegger, M.D., A.D., D.D.S., F.L.D., F.F.F.F.F. should walk around? Get that thing out of my way! Get out of the way! Come on, get out of the way! Out of the way!
Wow, look at this. Is that still
That's our Stanley. Now what do you think? Could it be me?
There is a resemblance.
Oh, what's your name?
Connor Wood,
And who do you play in the film?
Stan Jefferson.
Please could you tell me a bit about the film?
Stan spent most of his childhood with his grandparents instead of his mum and dad because he was a sickly child.
I'm Chris Kerry. I play Sarah Metcalf, who's Stan's grandmother. The reason that Stan and his grandma had such a good rapport was that Stan was born in his grandma and granddad's house, and spent the first 6 or 7 years of his life with his grandma, and he was known as our Stan. And we've come to Ulverston, to the Stan, the Laurel and Hardy Museum today, just looking at some background before we start filming and just getting some, idea of how they lived and what they did.
Hello, my name's John Dutton and I play Grandad George Metcalfe. The film is set in and around Ulverston, chronicling the life of young Stan up to the age of 8. It's very interesting because we switch from period piece to modern piece and vice versa. The film starts off where I take my grandson, modern day grandson, young Callan here, to Ulverston for the day, and we start relating as to where Stan was born, and him being a daydreamer, he starts drifting back and imagining his modern gran and grandad being Stan's grandma and grandad of 100 years ago or so. You tell them about your part, lad.
Hello, I'm Calum Forde and I play one of the storytellers, and Edward. Edward was one of the friends of Stan, and he bunked off school, and Stan, instead of going to school, he went fishing.